My name is Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Got a very cool review of a very cool looking sauce today. One of my favorite peppers. So I'm excited about that. But before we do, I want to talk just for a minute. And I want everybody to pay attention to this one because this is important. Today's sponsored video is Chili Mouth. Now, I don't, listen, if I tell you I use a product, I'm not fooling. I've had a million companies over the years, 2 or 3, I shouldn't say a day, 3 a week. Well, I got 2 today that want me to do sponsored videos, and I don't, because I don't just sell anything. Chili Mouth. This is a product I use, and I use exclusively. All right? This is chili ghost pepper infused toothpaste. Hand to God, this is the only toothpaste I use. I want you to know that. It's just amazing. They talk about it in Super Hots because they filmed me and they're like, they thought it was crazy that I have ghost pepper in my toothpaste. If you've never tried Chili Mouth, they have, listen, it isn't just toothpaste. They even have chili infused, these are ghost peppers infused toothpicks. So they've got just absolutely amazing. They have Arctic mint. They've got this one is ghost peppered. So there's a whole bunch of different flavors for the toothpicks. The toothpaste is amazing. Now you're going to have questions like, how hot is it? Can I use it? If you just use peppermint, like spearmint toothpaste, and you breathe in, you get that kind of like you ate a mint, like a peppermint patty thing. It's the same thing with this, just with a turbo on it. It's got a little bit of a bite to it, but it's not overpowering at all. It'll leave your mouth incredibly fresh tasting. It's really good. So if you use promo code Chase the Heat, you're going to save 20% off. So do me a favor, do you a favor. I have amazing breath. Because of this, get some amazing breath. You'll be happy you did. That's Chili Mouth. Really cool company. All right, so we're gonna get into today's video. It's Tres Guapos, okay? Now, I literally selected this because it's Scotch Bonnett, and Scotch Bonnett is just one of my favorite peppers. It really is just a delicious pepper. So listen to the ingredients. It's a very simplistic label, which I kind of appreciate. It's just really neat. The ingredients are very simplistic. It's Scotch Bonnett pepper, apple cider vinegar, kosher salt, and xanthan gum. That's it. Now, one of the previous sauces is very similar. They're very, very simplistic. And essentially, you can just tell this has a nectar quality texture to it. Can't you just tell by looking at it? Really excited about this. It's gonna be a busy day today. Have you noticed how quiet it is in the Scoville Bird Sanctuary today? Like, it's really quiet. Usually you get the doves, not a single dove, and they should be out. No California quails. It's very odd. All right, so beautiful color, beautiful. You can just tell it has a silky texture. Now, this has a flow restrictor in it. For the sake of the review, I'm going to leave it in, but as soon as the video is over, I'm going to remove that. Actually, you know what? That's not a flow restrictor, people. That was just the cap on the inside. I thought it was a flow restrictor. It wasn't. Boy, whew, I was like, flow restrictor? Kidding. See, look. If you look here, this is not a flow restrictor. This is just the cap that goes in the inside of this, okay? So, in fact, it goes this way. Here we go. So that is where the problem arose, okay? That came out. I had to be spun out for a second, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's flow restrictors, right? 2024? Every once in a while I get an aroma of a sauce and it just rivets me. Everything stops for a second, like the world quits spinning. This is that sauce. Wow, the aroma of this. You know what? Here we go. Did I just hear it's starting to move closer. When I smell this, it reminds me of why I love Scotch Bonnett so much. What a beautiful, beautiful pepper. All right, here's the pour. You can tell it has a silky texture. Look at that. Tres Guapos, people, Scotch Bonnett, Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Now, incredible texture, amazing flavor. This sauce is as simplistic as a sauce can get. But here's what you need to be aware with. Aware about. This is what you need to keep in mind. How's that? Here's what you keep in your mind, all right? It's only Scotch Bonnett, so a lot of people are going to say, it's Scotch Bonnett. I can do that. I can eat Reaper or whatever. This is really hot for a Scotch Bonnett. The reason I say that, that's all it is. It's Scotch Bonnett. There's nothing really else. I mean, think about the ingredients. Scotch Bonnett, apple cider vinegar, and there's not a lot. I mean, it's first ingredient is pepper, then kosher salt and some xanthan gum to hold it together. This is a spicy sauce. This is gonna have some heat to it. So if you're just starting out, you could use this sauce, but you'd have to just use a few drops, and you still could enjoy it. But if you go heavy on it, it's gonna bum you out if you're a brand new chili. But the flavor is just spectacular. It's just, it's beautiful. Really is. Very, very simplistic and very, very tasty. Listen, I'm digging Tres Guapos. I really am. They're simplistic, they're beautiful. Now, before we wrap up today's video, we're gonna do a little, some crazy stuff I found online. Some interesting stuff. Listen to this. Here's some cool, nonsensical trivia. A TV show ending can hurt and be just as devastating as a breakup. Right? When you hang with people all the time, you form a bond with them, even if they're fictional characters and even if they're on a screen. When the show ends, the parasocial breakup can leave you feeling alone and depressed, just like you ended a real relationship. Isn't that interesting? And that was the first one of this group. I found a whole, 20 of them. So I'm not going to do them all right now because we're not going to do 20, but that was the first one. I didn't put that to the front because it's interesting. I had a lot of people ask me, how long are you going to do this show? I want you to stop. It's not like, if you think of Steve-O, I love Steve-O, he's a good dude, but the stuff that they do, I eat chilies. I can do this till I die. I can. I don't know if I'll be doing challenges and such, but I can do this until I kind of close my eyes for the last time. So I have no intention of stopping, so we're not going to be breaking up anytime soon. Now, this, I did put that in the front. I'm sorry, I absolutely did. What happened was, that was the last one of our previous one. I hung on to it. Now I'm going to tell you some band names and how they came up with their names. This is the coolest. That was that last one. The first one I just read was a leftover of a previous segment of trivia. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Ready? Coldplay. You think you know where the band Coldplay got their name from? I don't think so. It was named after a book of poems. Okay. The book Cold's Reflection, Coldplay, the original name, Starfish. They seemed like they made the right choice. They were going to call themselves Starfish, but they went with Coldplay, but named after a book of poems. Daft Punk, what do you think they got their name? This is a great way they got their name. Daft Punk was named, their name was based on a bad review of a pair's earlier project. The pair was originally named Darling, okay? And the critic called their work a daft punky thrash. So they changed it to Daft Punk because of a bad review. I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that. Jimmy Eat World, you ever hear that? The band Jimmy Eat World? This is terrible. They were making fun of the guitarist's little brother's weight at the time. Isn't that sad? Tom Linton's younger brother, Jimmy, was the subject of childhood taunting, which is how the band eventually acquired the mean-spirited name. That kind of bummed me out a little bit, not gonna lie to you. David Bowie, all right? band name, it's his name, but how do you think he got the name David Bowie? A lot of you heard this one. This one's been around forever. He named himself after Jim Bowie and the Bowie knives. Okay, and the reason he did that, he was concerned. His real name was David Jones, and he was concerned that he would be confused with Davy Jones of the Monkees. Okay, we're just going to do a few more. First Aid Kit. You've heard of First Aid Kit? Great band. They were inspired by a dictionary, by the dictionary. This is what happened. Clara Suddenberg said, I think she was 13 when it happened, I was looking through a dictionary looking for a name. I think music should be like a consolation to help you get through everyday life. So she found the First Aid Kit. How cool, huh? I thought that was cool. We're going to do two more and then we're going to wrap it up. This is the last one. We're going to wrap up after this one. Fountains of Wayne was named after a lawn ornament store. In Wayne, New Jersey, there was a store with a name, and the band thought it was just amusing, so they called themselves Fountain of Wayne. Hang on a minute. We will take off when we left off. One more time, please, though, take if you haven't, if you're not familiar with today's sponsor, Chili Mouth, I urge you to become familiar with them. We all brush our teeth. It's one of the things we all do. If you're doing it with anything else other than this, you're doing it wrong. If you're a chili head, you need a Chili Mouth. This is amazing. It's not so hot that you're going to use it and say, I can't use it. It's not. But it's not like the kind of thing that's going to build a tolerance. It's just toothpaste. But it's got a little bit of a kick, and it's amazing. It'll keep your mouth freshy mint. This is spearmint flavored. But if you please become familiar with Chili Mouth. Use promo code Chase the Heat right now, and you'll save 20%, which is a big savings. This is great toothpaste. A lot of my friends use it already. I've turned a lot of people onto it. I really have. So if you're one of those people that are using it already, please go to the comment section and say so. Also, in the description box, you're going to see a link for Tres Guapos. Very, very good sauce. Very tasty. I don't know what you're doing today, but do it with gusto. Go tell somebody today that you love them, because guess what? You need to hear it, right? I love you. Somebody needs to hear it. Tell somebody you love them today. In the description box, you'll see the links for Tres Guapos and Chili Mouth. Take advantage of that. Right there, that's Tommy. That's Johnny Scoville Jr., my son. That's Tommy Scoville, my brother. There, with all the challenges I've done, this is pepperology for all new chili heads. I love you guys. Have a great day. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chase the Heat.